button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content, all of my videos. Salute to the whole entire LDBC Lions Den basketball and boxing community, and salute to all the people that rock with me. Make sure you share the video. Brown Sugar in the building. As always, the lovely, beautiful Brown Sugar in the building. Salute to you, sweetie. Hope you're doing all right. And salute to all the people that's rocking with me. Now, got some breaking news. Before I get this video started, man, let me give a shout out to a couple of the brothers. Let me give a shout out to Dreamers Pro. If you're not sub to Dreamers Pro, definitely go sub to his channel. He's the one I saw talking about it first, and then I also saw Too Raw touching on it too. Definitely go sub to Too Raw for TV as well, and Too Raw for sports too as well. Salute to both of those brothers for touching on this first. This isn't really a shock to anybody. Shouldn't come to a shock to anybody. At least the first half of what I got to report. As Bronny James, of course, son of LeBron James, has been once again demoted to the G League, the South Bay Lakers, which is the minor affiliate of the Los Angeles Lakers. Shouldn't come to a shock, shouldn't come to a surprise to anybody. As a matter of fact, I don't even think he should be in the G League. I think he should be somewhere overseas, somewhere developing over there. But they went ahead and they made this move today. As you know, things have not panned out well for Bronny, as many had wondered if he was going to take that next step. Yeah, Brown Sugar, I'm with you 100%. Many wondered that he was going to take that next step. Including myself. I was supporting Bronny James, and I still am to a certain extent, because a lot of this doesn't fall on him. But we have to be realistic. He's not nowhere near ready for the NBA level competition. He's got a lot of honing to do, with his game. I mean, did he show, a couple of, highlights or whatnot, there's probably possibly some sparks there. Yeah. But, it's got to be more than just, catching an one alley oop and, hitting one shot or, stuff like that. No, you got to come with something more than that. I was thinking about something too, man. I I really do feel like Bronny James should study someone like a John Starks, somebody like that, who played for the New York Knicks. For those of y'all that don't know who John Starks was, he used to play for, most notably, the New York Knicks, and of course, he also played for the Utah Jazz. You said, to be honest, I think hospital bodies still have to recover. Yeah. There you go, Brown Sugar. And you've been on here from the beginning. You know how I felt about this situation. Me, myself, personally, I don't feel like Bronny should have just jumped right back into the game and been playing. Really, honestly, I felt like he should have just chilled, you know what I'm saying, just because of the risk factor. However, they cleared him to play, so I was just like, okay, put your best foot forward, but you would have to be in the gym, like working like extremely, extremely hard. But even with that, though, you can't rush. You can't force Mother Nature. And what I mean by that is, in this game, you have to have something that really grabs the attention of those scouts, of those GMs, and really of the fans, really. And he wasn't tenacious. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He's not big in size and everything, and he's not doing anything on the court that shows, okay, yes, he's improving, he's getting better. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, when you look at a guy like a VJ Edgecombe, and I'm not trying I'm not trying to compare their games or anything like that, but what I am is I'm putting a measuring stick, so to speak. You have a VJ Edgecombe, okay, who's coming in, you know what I'm saying, and he was third in the draft and everything. Yes, he came with a big boom. You saw that he, had 34 and then backdoored, and he had 25. Okay, he struggled a little bit. And then then just recently, yesterday he had 21. So he's showing that, okay, he's capable of being a scorer in this league. He's capable of a superstar status in this league. He's doing death-defying dunks, you know what I'm saying, coming through the lane, got motherfuckers moving out of the way and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Bronny, he'll do that. You do that in the open floor and stuff like that. You do that every now and then. You know what I'm saying? And then also, if you're gonna be that size, that's why I'm saying you need to study like somebody like a John Starks who gonna come baseline and dunk over two niggas at the same time and have motherfuckers jumping out of their seat. You understand what I'm saying? You said it was too early. I don't care who cleared him. Yeah, exactly. I understand, Brown Sugar. I'm with you 100%. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the heart, when it comes to the vascular, you know what I'm saying, your health in general, you know what I'm saying, it's just something that you don't play with. You know what I'm saying? These doctors, they wear a white coat. You know what I'm saying? That's not nothing special. I mean, it might be special from the outside looking in, but they still a human being like us. You say, I also think he's scared, but can't act like it. As a mother, my son wouldn't be out there yet. Almost feel like a sacrifice. No, no, that's a fact. That's not just an opinion, Woody. That is a fact. I agree with you 100%. And really, honestly, if we're gonna looking at it from a standpoint, you talk about from a parenting standpoint. LeBron James was wrong for this situation. He tried to push him way too hard and a little bit too faster than what he was supposed to. And the thing about it is he could have waited for Bronny James. It wasn't like you were getting ready to retire right away. I could see if you were getting ready to retire or something like that, but you were still getting ready to play. And you say you wanted to rush him so that he could get in there and play with you and stuff like that. No, nah. You wait for a little bit. You needed to stay in school, stay in college or whatever, develop. You know what I'm saying? Then you come out when you're ready. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna be in the NBA. You would still sign the contract for a couple more seasons or whatnot. So you were trying to rush this guy's progression, knowing damn well that he didn't have no off season, he didn't have no training camp. He's coming off of cardiac arrest or whatever. Most people that don't even make it from the situation that he did. And then guess what? Now you're here, and he's being he's being demoted. Off something that you failed to reach or whatever. I got Cypress TV. Hopefully he stays. Hopefully you don't. Don't matter. We're gonna continue to cook regardless. Go sub to his channel and everything or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how I do. Don't have time. Oh yeah, either you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't got time for that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you like this though. Listen, Bronny is demoted, to the G League, and then on top of that, check this out. I also got to report that I'm gonna let Cypress cook on this too as well, because I know he wants to speak on this. He's been talking about this for a long ass time. The Bus siblings have been fired from the scouting team. That's Joey and Jesse Bus. They still are stakeholders in the Lakers organization, but they have been fired along with several others from the from the scouting team. So the Lakers are really doing a shakeup right now. One thing's for certain, two things for sure, right? And I'm gonna let Cypress cook on this. They are not playing. The guy, that took over for the Dodgers, he's not messing around. You know what I'm saying? Everybody laugh at the Dodgers. I know, Brown Sugar might laugh that I'm a Dodgers fan. So does Cypress, being that he's a Yankees fan and stuff like that. But look at who done won the championship the last couple of seasons in the MLB. Let that sink in. Think about who's a part of that. Magic Johnson. Let that sink in. Cypress, go ahead and cook on it.
Yeah, man. About time they sold, and the majority owner are gonna have like full control now, right? So how do they work with them firing them?
Well, they're gonna have stakeholders. You know, stakeholders. You know what I'm saying? They don't have as much say as like the owners and everything. And you know, Jeannie. You know, while she's in the background minority, it's kind of like a Mark Cuban situation and Patrick Dumont with Dallas and stuff.
Oh,
You
okay.
understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just like I would respond to that brown sugar, but I'm trying to be nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be nice. You said not to put words in your mouth. So I never thought or said anything about you. You know, look. But I know Cyber's up in here. They always talk about the Dodgers. I know you're a baseball fan, so I know that was gonna get you hyped up. But go ahead, Cyber. Yeah, man. The guy is the head honcho. You know what I'm saying? Not Jeannie Bussing.
Well, so Jenny Bus. Okay, so let me get an understanding. So Jenny Bus still gonna be. So Jenny Bus still gonna have a role on the team in the background, right?
Yeah, but I mean, she's not. She pretty much has sold everything. They're running everything now. They have the final say so, not Jeannie Buss.
Okay.
She
Okay.
could just have her input and everything like that. But um, as
They got.
far as far as her letting LeBron do what he wanted to do and all that other stuff, I'm just giving a candid example. They're not going to allow that anymore. That's why they're shaking things up right now. You know what I'm saying? They getting in the new scouting team. So it's like you, right? You, me, and
Uh
Brown Sugar, right? You know,
huh.
you want to come in, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you see some shit that needs to be shaken up and shit like that. Well, you got a recruiting team, but they recruiting what Cypress be saying trash. You gonna be like, nah, I don't want them motherfuckers in there. I'm gonna bring my own team up in here, okay? And we gonna recruit some niggas that need to be okay. I got Brown Sugar with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want these old trashy assholes up in here. I want some classy women up in. You see what I'm saying? And you coming
Right.
in, you know, building things up. So that's what it is. Go ahead, Cook, bro.
Yeah. That's good. If they gonna the new owner, the new majority owner gonna have the final say so. That's a blessing. Hopefully they can get rid of LeBron and get the right what they need in there. That's a blessing. That's gonna work out just fine for the Lakers and for Luca. But yeah, I think get rid of the buses is going in the right direction. And plus, them bro, when they was had control and can make decisions, they made all the wrong decisions. So I hope this will send them into the right direction going forward, though. So we shall
That's a
see.
fact, man. Listen, man. Ever since their father passed away, let's just be honest, Cypress and Brown Sugar. You being a Celtics fan too. The Lakers have went to shit, man. You know, you got Dr. Bush rolling over in the grave. He wouldn't have never let all this stuff that's happening with LeBron and the circus show and I mean, even with the whole the bubble ring thing and everything like that, Doctor Butch, man, he would have wanted something real and authentic. You know what I'm saying? Because he cared about the brand of the Lakers. It's a family owned business and everything, and that's how you're supposed to treat it. Like let's just call it what it is, Cyber. They've looked at the Lakers as a laughing stock. How they looking at OKC? How we talking about OKC? How me and you betting that OKC is going to get the record or not? That's what we should be doing with the Lakers.
Right, 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 man. But I think the Lakers gonna be in the Lakers gonna be in the playoffs, man. I just don't feel like that. Speaking of OKC, I don't think nobody gonna get them a challenge outside of San Antonio to win conference. But back to what we were talking about, I think it's gonna be good going forward. Cause like you can get rid of LeBron. I, I think that's your first order of business is getting rid of LeBron. And that way you can build a team how you want to build it. You feel what I'm saying, Polo?
100%. Like, but the thing about it is okay. They listen. They're gonna see how this thing plays out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of they're gonna see how the thing plays out. If he's able to stay within the team concept, okay, then they'll be like, okay, it's workable. If let's say they do the unthinkable and they get to the let's say they get to the Western Conference Finals. Let's say they get far deep in the playoffs or whatever. Let's say if they shock the world and beat a OKC and get to the finals or whatever with LeBron buying into the team concept, then maybe, just maybe, they'll be like, okay, maybe this thing can work. But 9 times out of 10, Cypress, you already know. You said it before. Brown Sugar know this. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's ego is through the roof. And on top of that, they don't have no time to be dealing with no ego. They got time for guys that want to win. You've talked about Luka and you've raved about Luka. You've even said that Luka could possibly be a contender on the backs of Luka. But, like you said, it's about getting that situation out of there, in terms of LeBron. And that right now they're shaking things up. Everything that was LeBron and attached to LeBron and everything like that, I think that they're flexing a muscle right now, so to speak. What you think, Cypress and Brown Sugar? Cypress, you still there, man? I think Cypress might have stepped away. But like I said, man, they just they just trying to, they're trying to flex their own muscle right now. I don't blame them for doing this. Um, you right, right. Look, you got to move on. I talk like this because I talk to Brown Sugar because Brown Sugar is an entrepreneur herself. She's self-made. She's the owner herself. You know what I'm saying? And she knows what it is. If it doesn't make business sense and it's not successful and it's holding you back, you know what I'm saying? You have to do what you can to solve the problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Brown Sugar is. She's a problem solver. That's why, like, I bring this right here. This has a lot to do with business. The Lakers is an organization. They were once a family business and everything. So you have to do what makes business sense. You can't put a product on the floor like Bronny James out there. Look, I want Bronny to succeed. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I want the young brother to succeed. But at the same time, if you're not ready, you can't have a Cypress TV coming up here every single day calling this man trash. You know what I'm saying? That's not what the Lakers were about. You wasn't gonna come on here the very next morning and say to Brown Sugar James Worthy was trash. You wasn't gonna come on here the very next morning and say Magic Johnson was trash. You wasn't gonna come on here the very next morning and say Byron Scott was trash. You wasn't gonna come on here the very next morning and say Kareem is trash. Kobe is trash. Wilt Chamberlain is trash. Jerry West is trash. Any of the Lakers great, Elgin Baylor, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Them guys that have paved the way for the Lakers now. You wasn't gonna say that they're trash. We talk about the Lakers. Everybody thinks that Bubba Dub, shout out to him, they think he's irate and crazy for no reason. No, the Lakers is an organization. It's the Lakers. It's a tradition. It's the cream of the crop. They want to be, that's how you're supposed to look at them. They used to be taken seriously. When Kobe was in that uniform, when Shaq was in that uniform, when everybody was in that uniform, and they're trying to get back to that. That's just like how they looking at the Dodgers now. You said it might hurt some feelings, but I'm gonna do what's best for my business. Absolutely, you have to do what's best for your business, for your brand. You have to protect the integrity of it too. That's your business. That's your sole proprietorship. That's your LLC. You know what I'm saying? That's you. That's your privately owned whatever business that you got. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nobody else's. And I'll be damned if you let somebody else take it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have to do. They coming in there. They bum rushing everything. That's why you got all these Lakers fans in here, like the brother Chicken TV. You know what I'm saying? like a few others, that are on here or whatever, that are very passionate about this Lakers organization, and I don't blame them. I'm passionate about my team too. I mean, we're not the Lakers; we don't have as many championships and everything, but they're trying to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I know y'all might not like them. I don't care for him myself, but JJ Redick is exemplifying, believe it or not, that he actually gives a fuck about winning. Now, I don't like the fact that he's coaching. You know what I'm saying? I think that they should have stuck with Darvin Ham. You know what I'm saying? But he is out there going irate. You know what I'm saying? Calling timeout. You know what I'm saying? Telling people to shoot the damn ball, stuff like that. Man, he is out there, and the fans, believe it or not, they like it and they appreciate it or whatever. And I can't even front. JJ Redick is doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't take nothing away from some of the stuff that he done said, some of the stuff that he done and stuff. But I don't. I can't sit up here and not give him this man the credit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the late, they haven't gotten rid of him, so obviously something is working. Luca is buying in. Uh, Austin Reeves, AR-15, he buying in. DeAndre Ayton, who Cypress TV said was trash, he is buying in. So they're doing everything that they can right now to shake things up, and you gotta like that. You still outside?
Yeah, Aiden is trash, man.
Right. Well, that's your opinion, but I'm 20 points and 12 rebounds and multiple blocks. That's not trash to me. So,
Okay,
you know,
that just one good game.
no, that's several games in a row. Do you know what Aiden's averaging? A
No,
double
what he have?
double. Double double. I guess you're allergic to the double double. I thought you'd have loved the double double, being that you a Tim Duncan fan. I mean, he averaged a double double, right?
Yeah, man, you know
And David
Tim.
Robinson, David Robinson averaged a double double, right?
Yeah, you know Tim
Okay,
a
so then
big
why
boy.
don't you appreciate Aiden, who's giving you a double double? Who's giving you block? Victor
Cause I
Wembanyama. I mentioned the Spurs. He averaged a double double, right?
cause I don't like Aiden. That's what.
Oh, okay. See, it's personal now. You know, I don't like JJ Redick, but hey, I think he's doing a hell of a job coaching.
I don't like JJ Redick neither, but he doing. Well, Luca's doing a good job. Cause it ain't JJ Redick.
Look, I knew that motherfucker was gonna go there, man. Look, man. Hey, man. Listen, bro. The fact of the matter is, I wasn't gonna stay on here too long. I'm glad the boy Cypress pulled up, on here and everything. But Cypress, I gotta ask you one question, man, about this situation, though. Okay, and I I want to know, man, what do you think is gonna happen in terms of okay, they got Rui and they got all these different pieces and stuff like that. But what do you think is gonna happen if LeBron suddenly awakes to be where he's at again and all this stuff breaks apart? What you think is gonna happen, man?
What you mean? Talking about like get better or go somewhere else?
I'm just talking about like okay, right now he's playing within the team concept, but then next thing you know, he back to the egotistical bullshit. What you think gonna happen?
They're gonna have to move him. They're gonna have to move LeBron. That's what's gonna have to happen.
Right, right. You okay? Because I was thinking maybe what I'm saying. They'll try to just deal with it or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that that's what's gonna happen too. And people are just waiting for it. People are waiting for the right time for his ass to. It's just like what you called it. You called it about Joel Embiid. Look at Joel Embiid. He's not gonna play tonight again. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Against Milwaukee. And what did you talk about? You sat up there and you said, man, watch around November, around December, we gonna see the same shit.
Joel Embiid, man.
Right, right. So, yeah, man, like I said, man, Bronny getting sent to the G League, man, it wasn't no surprise. Um, Me, myself, like I said, I personally would like the young man to go ahead and go overseas. Go test your game against guys that are hungrier. You know what I'm saying? Nobody will be that focused on you. You get a chance to put up as many jumpers that you'll be just extremely focused on basketball, and then come back here again, and hopefully you'll be able to have your shit together. You got what a taste of what it was to be in the NBA and everything like that. Now you got to go overseas, and let's see if you could, because if you're capable of being successful overseas, then maybe you'll have a chance over here at being somewhat successful over the league. It doesn't always pan out like that, but at least you'll know where you stand at. But man, NBA and not even the G League, man. I mean, yeah, you had some good games in the G League and stuff like that, but like I said, that's not the major leagues. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. You're right, brother.
So with all that said, man, uh, again, Bronny James sent to the G League, or demoted, whatever you want to call it. They're doing away with him. There's another roster spot open now, and then also uh, Jesse and Jay Buss have been fired from the scouting, the Lakers scouting team, as well as several others, according to reports. So with that being said, man, I want y'all to like, share, subscribe, hit them notifications. Make sure you go sub to the brother, the homie, Cypress TV, aka the Lust Demon. Man, we got a big weekend coming up. You know Cypress, man, you know what I'm saying? The next couple weekends, he gonna act out. He gonna act the fool. He gonna be up in there frying them turkeys with kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be up in there, man. Probably put some ribs on the grill. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have some sweet potato pies. You know what I'm saying? The real pie and some other pie. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, Cypress, man, tell them where you can find you.
Find me in the Love Demon living room, Cyber TV. That's where I'm at.
No doubt. You know how we do. The lovely brown sugar. Thank you for coming through, and to all my LDBC family, basketball and boxing. Salute to y'all, man. Straight to the point. Cypress TV. We out.